The foundation of this assignment is to shoot all 26 letters of the alphabet. They may be uppercase or lowercase, and they can be a mix thereof. To be really successful, I encourage you to carry your camera with you wherever you go. Be prepared to take shots when you least expect them. And they can be while you're waiting for work, waiting for class, while you get a break. You'll see shapes and sizes and curves that start making the alphabet come alive for you in nature. You'll be allowed to manipulate these in your photo editor and also crop them, as you'll see in the samples in a few minutes. What you're not allowed to photograph are ready-made images. Don't go to the Kohl's store in East Peoria and photograph the front sign and say, "There's my K." Don't go to the Double Arches and say, "There's my M." That's not allowed. And ultimately, you are not allowed to go to your kid's toy room at the end of the term and arrange Tinker Toys to create letters. That is not allowed. Now we'll go on to the samples. The letter A. This is a shadow from a barricade in downtown Peoria during one of the construction areas. And it's a shadow of the barricade. I like how the artist used a double A here, that primary big A, and then that second angle coming through to create the other A. This is very creative and insightful, and works out really well to start your alphabet. The letter C. Toilets show up a lot in this class, and this is one of the more successful letters from a toilet. Haha, insert joke here. This is turned on its side, which I'm not a fan of, but the student used Photo Editor to increase contrast and emphasis to the C that the seat makes, and I think it works out really well. The K is photographed in downtown Peoria on a sidewalk somewhere, outside Robert Morris, I'm sure. And even though I don't want you copying student work per se, I want you to use this as an inspiration for photographing your own Ks. These angles tend to be hard to find in nature and even in architecture, but just keep your eyes open. There's some really cool Ks out there. Well, the K is somewhat hard to shoot. Most students come in intimidated by the letter Q. And this one was taken from the side of probably a truck, storage bin for tools. And in this case, the tail of the Q could have been the upper left-hand or right-hand corner, and the artist turned it to make the Q appropriate. This was not obvious. It's not like turning an upside down W to make an M. This is a good use of editing tools to make the letters come out the way you need them. On to the first V, we have an example here of great cropping. Our cameras are locked into a 2:3 ratio, so that's not always conducive to making the best letters or the best images for any of our assignments. So in your photo editing program, you narrow it down, crop in, get rid of distracting materials, and focus on what it is that you are emphasizing for your assignment. In this case, a beautiful sample of repeating V's in the brickwork. V number 2, you can imagine, if I remember the story correctly, came at the end of the term. The student had photographed the alphabet already once and was going through picking up some letters to try to improve her grade, and turned and saw this beautiful concrete framing the grass. I was very impressed with the contrast of the grass and the concrete, and just a very solid, strong V. Lastly, we have the W. Now, this one I'm not sure exactly how it was photographed, but it appears to be shafts of light coming through some architectural element of some sort and shot against a black surface. So we have negative and positive space working here. Very creative on the artist's part, using those lights to create the W on the black background. Again, I encourage you to take your camera with you all the time. That's for this and every assignment. To photograph letters as you see them right away, no matter how goofy they might appear. Reshoot the weaker letters, and be prepared to use your photo editor to maximize the effectiveness of your vision. Good luck and happy shooting.